Howdy folks, what's going on? Here I am back with another video. I'm here at this big old lake. Today I'm going to try to do some bass fishing, but at the same time I like to show you guys how I read cover. Just me personally. You don't have to listen to anything I say really, but so right now I'm at this big lake and the first thing I see is a lot of shoreline cover, trees, grass, although there's probably not a bass in that grass. There's lots of grass over there, a few pads here and there. So I'd like to cast near that cover so I can, you know, possibly pull out largemouth bass. Maybe, I don't know if they're smallmouth in this lake. Anyway, so today it's a really hot day. It's supposed to get up to like 100 degrees in my region. I've just got this jig, slow moving jig, and then on my spinning rod I have a weightless Texas rigged Yum Dinger. And I'm seeing lots of bluegills, so that's a good sign. Means there's probably some bass. Bass populations are probably doing okay here. We'll see what happens. Just give that a good toss out there. Start working it back. Seeing tons and tons of bluegill. Oh wow, I just skipped that jig across the water. Hearing bullfrogs. Two. Oh, that might have been a bite. Thought I felt something maybe chomping down on it. So we'll toss out by this tree. What's this? Must have got hung up on something. Didn't quite feel like a bass. See any weed residue? Yep, just weeds. But I do have some bluegill tackle on me, so if worst comes to worst I can catch a few of those guys. And if I need to speed things up a bit, I always have like right now I've got like a beaver style bait on, so the appendages don't have much action, but I have like some Yum Christy craws, Yum craw bugs. I have some big bite baits, swimming craws. So I have plenty of options to change to in terms of trailers. I also have Bass Pro Shop Stickos. I notice here that the water is really dirty. So I'm throwing a blue colored craw so that it creates a silhouette for the fish. There's not a whole ton of clarity in this lake, probably because of all the paddleboard and float tube traffic, all that recreational traffic. And if worst comes to worst, I have like a top water, maybe a couple crankbaits and jerk baits I can throw, but I don't think it'll come to that. But basically guys, that's the way I read cover for bass. Is I look for something that bass can hide in or against. It's really all there is to it for me. And then if I'm using a weedless bait like this jig, I'll throw it right into the cover generally, or right up next to the cover. But if I'm in a spot where I have exposed hooks, I just throw by the cover and run my bait by the cover, like my top water. Alright guys, so the bass fishing didn't work, but I'm going to show you guys my favorite panfish rig. So the first thing you have is a tiny trout magnet bobber. You can get like 4 of these for $1.50 at your average Walmart. And I have about a foot of leader down to this little hook with a soft plastic made by, I think it's made by Impulse Lures. I'll have to double check that when I get back, but yeah. It's just this great little mayfly soft plastic. Panfish go wild over it. And let me show you what they do. Alright folks, so what you're gonna do Just gonna toss this out, then let it sink for a minute. Because generally, sometimes bluegill will hit it on the fall. Gotta watch that bobber closely. If they don't hit it on the fall, reel a little bit, let it fall. Reel a little bit, let it fall. Reel a little bit, let it fall, and so on. And it's just the super easy and effective way to catch bluegill, even in a spot where bluegills are pressured by, yep, there we go, see? That was almost instantly. You just got to be able to find the fish. So let's unhook this guy. Okay, buddy. Settle down. Let me just toss this guy back. It's as simple as that. You just got to be able to find the fish, toss it out. Generally, they'll just hit it on the fall. And I just had a bite there. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, he shook the lure off. But yeah, this thing works so good on these little sunfish. I think it's worked on perch before. I think I've had it work on perch before. And also crappie. It'll be effective for crappie too. But yeah, I forgot to bring the rest of the pack of soft plastic, so I'll have to improvise here. Just gonna rip a piece of the tail off this crappie grub and just nose hook it like I did with that other soft plastic. Maybe even, yeah, no, nose hooking will be just fine. So that's what it looks like now. I just took a piece of the tail off one of my crappie grubs, and I think this will work just as fine, if not better, because it looks a lot more like a worm. I just saw a bluegill right there. So let's give this thing a toss out there. Ah, not right there. Not right there. I need somewhere where it's open water situation like that. There we go. Oh, there we go. Fish on. Yeah, you can just catch tons of these little guys with this easy method of using small soft plastics. The only requirement is that you have a tiny enough hook so that it fits in this little guy's mouth. There he goes. Yeah, just a super simple and effective way of catching sunfish and other panfish. What is this duck doing? I don't think he knows what he's doing. Oh, there we go. Missed him. Oh, I lost the soft plastic again. I'll have to double hook it. All right, folks. So now I'm out on the paddleboard. This should be pretty fun. So yeah, take a look at this, folks. We got tons of brush and trees, and it looks like the water is pretty deep here. I can't see anywhere. So I think here in a minute I'm gonna go get my fishing pole and try to throw just like a little crappie jig. So, oh yeah, and there's also trout in this lake. So with the crappie jig, I have a chance of catching either a really large bluegill, basically any size bass, and also trout. Alright folks, so now I've got my fishing pole, my bait caster strapped down to the paddleboard. We're going to go to that cover over there, see if we can pull out a bass. There's my little brother, paddleboarding, having a great time. So, let's get the camera on the old noggin. Let's get boarded. Let's get on the board here. And we're off to the races, folks. Folks, on our way to our destination, we're gonna do some trolling. And the reel's wet. I'll have to blow dry it later. Okay, so it's just, uh-oh, where'd my trailer go? My trailer's gone. Oh well. So just let out a little line here. A little bit of paddling here. Just gonna troll it along. Yeah, trailer's gone, but I think we'll be okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, my brakes are messed up. There we go. My star drags got all messed up. Alright, so we're just gonna troll this along. Alrighty folks, we're almost to our destination. We're just about there. Let's disengage our trolling motor. I really wish the trailer was on there. The trailer has a decent action. My trailer was a beaver style bait. Good for slow moving. Good for a hot day like this. It even works pretty well on cloudy days. My trailer was called the X-Zone Lures Adrenaline Bug. You saw it earlier. Just kind of a craw / beaver style bait. I do like how these bushes serve as a good anchor. Alright folks, so it does turn out that the panfish lures I'm using, we switch back to pan fishing since my rental on the paddleboard is up. So this is the Mayfly made by Impulse, and it looks like it's a great little bait. I don't know if it's on the general market because I got this in a mystery tackle box, but really cool panfish bait. Well guys, that's gonna about do it for today's episode. I caught a few bluegills and one little bass. I got it off camera I would have, you know, filmed it, but there were just a ton of people around me, and I didn't want to film them. So that about does it. I also fished off the paddleboard for only the second time in my life. That was kind of cool. Didn't catch anything. Maybe had one bite. Still pretty fun though. Hope you enjoyed this episode. See you in the next one.